I was not prepared for that. All right, this is a funny angle, but I am driving to the gym. It is complicated getting these quarterfinals workouts in, at least for me, with my new schedule and gyms that are running heats and things, which totally makes sense to get everyone in and get everything done. But it leaves me at very specific times I need to be places, and work ran long. Anyway, I am trying to get to the gym to hopefully jump into class a little bit late to be able to do one of the quarterfinals workouts. I don't even know exactly which one I'm doing as of right this second, as I'm trying to drive to the gym. Yeah, so we are just trying to get there. I definitely relate to lots of people who have, jobs and have trouble getting the workout in. I always try to go in the morning, but they're not running any classes like before 9 a.m. to do the quarterfinals workouts. They're only doing them during the day and in the evening. Doesn't work for me today, but we are going to make it work to get these workouts in, to show you all, what it's like. Anyway, we will talk more about that when you watch the voiceover portion of this video of me doing the workout. Right now, I am just going to try and get to where I'm going. All right, here we go. Quarterfinals is underway, and we will start off with where I am standing right now, facing away from my barbell. This is one of those little things that is going to be easy to forget during the workout, but you need to do that. So that is what it says in the rules, and that is for each round, not just the start of the workout. So now that we got that out of the way, we can talk a little bit about the actual workout. So this is workout 1 of quarterfinals. It is 4 rounds for max reps of each. It's like Fight Gone Bad, but these are a little bit of different movements. So we've got 1 minute of snatches, 1 minute of rowing for calories, 1 minute of dumbbell box step-ups, then a 1 minute rest. So right now I am still in those snatches. The weight is 85 pounds for women, 135 for men. That weight pretty movable for me. So I did do some sets of multiple reps. You could definitely go singles the whole way through, but I knew that this was better for me than the box step-ups were gonna be. So I took advantage of it and did some doubles and triples there, and I do some of those in all 4 rounds. So I don't think it was a bad approach for me, although I would say if the weight is heavy for you, not just moderate, but you think it's heavy, singles. Do singles. Singles are great. Also, if the weight is super heavy for you, you don't have to complete any reps. So don't really get discouraged, because I had workout 1 of quarterfinals last year. It had a 155 pound front squat. I couldn't do that at all. So I couldn't even start that workout. This one, even if you can't snatch the weight, you can start it because you just get a rest or you get attempts for a minute, and then you can get onto the rower, and everyone can row for calories. So everyone can do some of this workout. So right now, rowing for calories, pushing a little bit hard here. I'm gonna use this time to tell you about a mistake that I made. And it wasn't necessarily that I went hard there. It looked pretty hard when I just was watching it back. But that's not the mistake I made. The mistake I made was not spiking my heart rate before this workout, because my heart rate definitely spiked in this first 2 minutes and I was feeling it. So if you are doing this workout and planning your warm-up for it, I would advise doing something that's going to spike your heart rate. Sprinting on the rower for a couple seconds, sprinting on a bike, just to get that heart rate up and to feel that so your body is ready to adapt to that. So right now I am grinding away at those box step-ups. This is my worst movement. This is so bad. My legs are so weak. Someone thought it was my back. It is not my back. It is my legs. I can't stand up. The dumbbells are heavy for me. This was definitely my best round of these, and it just goes downhill from here. The rest of the workout's okay, but the box step-ups, it's not good. It's not great, but you'll get to see. That round was fine. I wish I could have maintained that. I do not. Shirt's coming off. Things are getting serious now. And also, if you're seriously enjoying this video, great time to remind you all to subscribe if you haven't done that so far. I do content like this all year round, not just during quarterfinals and the open. So if you're enjoying this, free content all year. Just subscribe. We'll do some games content, some semifinals content. I'm not going to semifinals, as you see, but I will cover semifinals and update you guys on all of that stuff. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe below. Now, I am facing away from the barbell again, and my judge was reminding me of that. If you can find yourself a great judge like Brittany here, who can remind you to remember to not face the barbell, to turn around, that's key. It really is. You don't need more to think about during the workout other than executing. So having someone else going to have your back and be like, make sure you're in the right position, it's vital. So find yourself a good judge. That's also some advice. Always good advice for the open and quarterfinals. Good judges, reliable judges, judges that have experience. Brittany's been CrossFitting for a long time. Was a fantastic help during this workout. So working on these snatches again, you saw there were some doubles there, and here's another double. So I like that. It just felt like I was able to knock out a couple more reps by not always letting the bar drop. But that's me capitalizing on somewhere that I felt more comfortable. And 85 is actually a little bit lighter than what we usually see when men have 135. Usually 135 for men means 95 for women, but I think because quarterfinals is expanded to 25%, 85 is a little bit more of an accessible weight, and we sometimes see that in the open as well, them making the weights just a bit more accessible, especially on the female side, because I think a lot of women outside of CrossFit are not exposed to barbells. So a lot of men come into CrossFit with some barbell experience, and many women come in with less of it, and some men come in with none too, but just as a group, I would say more men have been exposed to a barbell pre-CrossFit than women. So while women we see at the top level are very proficient, at the less elite level, the lower weights make a little bit of sense. Here on the rower again, just really pushing it a little bit, trying to get as many calories as I can. This is me knowing that the box step up is not a great thing for me. So pushing the row till the very end as opposed to transitioning early makes sense for me. Now, if the box step up weight for you seems light, if it seems something you can rep out no problem, you may have a different approach. You may get off 10 seconds early, maybe even a little bit more than that, because you just want to make sure you have the maximum amount of time on the box. If you're watching me right now, my box step ups don't look great. I'm struggling to stand up. So for me, it makes sense to max out the rower a little bit more, max out those snatches a little bit more, and know that this just isn't going to be great. Also, something that I didn't realize was going to be so impacted by this workout, and it makes total sense, I just didn't think about it beforehand. Forearms. Your forearms are going to be killing you. Like, holding the dumbbell was also hard. So it wasn't just the step up that was fatiguing and challenging. It was just holding these dumbbells in my hands. So it feels heavy. Just keep all that in mind when you're trying to just rest your grip wherever you can. Resting your grip obviously on the rest, but loosening your hands a little bit on the rower possibly, just to save yourself some of that fatigue. Maybe it would have made more sense to drop the barbell every time to save the forearms a little bit, but I don't regret my approach of doing some doubles and some triples on the barbell. But I can also see choosing to go all singles to try to save those forearms. I think right now I was just telling my judge about how this is a ton of forearms. But like I said, makes sense when you look at it. I just didn't think about it prior to this workout. I also worked all day prior to this workout. I didn't have the chance to grab lunch. I work in TV news. I was kind of crashing stuff all day, trying to get things done with my story, and just really didn't have any time to get anything done. And then I was in traffic on the way to the gym to do this workout. So I was a little bit underfed and I had no time to really research the workouts. So just kind of had to execute the best I could with what I had. So that's what I did, and I feel pretty good about it. But for all of you, I would recommend, fueling up properly for this workout, drinking plenty of water, and knowing that it's gonna suck. Dave Castro is a brilliant programmer, and I am always shocked by just how the workouts that he writes sometimes, they look fairly simple. This looks fairly simple, but it is sneaky hard. That's just something I'll put out there. Don't get intimidated by it, but it is a little bit sneaky hard. And you can see me shaking out my arms there because those forearms are burning. But I also want to remind everybody that if you're doing quarterfinals, if you're in this top 25%, it's kind of an awesome privilege. So enjoy it, have fun. If you're not trying to qualify for semis, then it's just a good time, really. It's just fun suffering with our friends and challenging ourselves. Because for me, this is the end of my season. And it's cool to get a little bit of a boost by doing these workouts, and helps my rankings overall, if that matters to anyone. It's not like it's a make or break for me, but it's kind of cool to see yourself move up the leaderboard. And it's a good challenge, and if you make it, I think it's a fun thing to do if you're on the fence about it. I do think it's a good time and a good way to test yourself. But I also think relax a little bit, because if you're not contending for semifinals, this is just play. I think it's easier than the open, or not easier. That's not what I mean at all, actually. The workouts aren't necessarily easier, but I mean it's mentally easier and more fun, because there isn't anything on the line for a lot of us. It's just testing yourself and seeing where you are. You're not worried oh, am I gonna make it? When you're doing the open, you're oh, I want to make it to quarterfinals. You don't have that here. You're just getting by and seeing where you stand. So have fun. That's also my advice. Although right now, in this part of this, I am not having fun. These were killing me. I was struggling so much this part. People were yelling at me oh, keep moving. It's I didn't want to stop. I like to grind through and keep going. My legs were barely standing me up. And it looks a little bit better here than it felt, but I hope you can also see that it looks a little bit like it's a struggle. Sometimes those dumbbells come down like I did there, and they're almost taking me for a ride. So I have to put them down just to get them back in control. So this is not my strong suit, but we got through it as best as I could. But I talked to some other people, and they also thought that those dumbbell step-ups were the roughest part of the workout. You do have a little bit of a chance to catch your breath on the rower, sort of. I tried to push the row, as you've seen, but you have a chance to have a second there. I was chalking up. On the barbell, you just got to keep moving, keep grinding. It's all about just staying on things. There's not a huge separator, it feels like, in this workout, as opposed to the fact that, the most elite athletes are going to probably go touch and go on that barbell for a minute or barely break it. And that's what's going to be a separator. But for more of your average athletes, average quarterfinals athlete is what I mean, those people are going to be breaking it up. They're going to be doing singles. So it's a little bit harder to separate yourself in this workout unless you have elite capacity somewhere. So I think just, have a good time, have fun. If you don't have a snatch at this weight, 85 and 135, give yourself a couple attempts, get yourself close to it, see if you can maybe get that open magic, as they usually call it, but we'll call it quarterfinals magic for this one. And just keep on it. In this last round, I'm this is the last time I pick up this barbell, dude. Just do it. Just do it. You got it. You're strong. You can make it through. It's hard, though. It's hard to keep going, and I ended up doing this alone. They were running heats and stuff, but I didn't fit into the second heat, and I'd gotten there late, so I wanted people that had got there before me to get the opportunity to go first. So it was just me and the person who was doing a totally different workout next to me, who's already done, because he was doing workout 4, which is only 10 minutes. So he's done. Now I'm just alone over here, hopping on this rower, getting ready to keep just chipping away at this workout. Last round, my judge was giving me a little bit of advice. Judges don't have to do that, but you know, it's the community. We're definitely doing this more as community than competitively, but trying to uphold standards, of course. But she said to me, you know, you might want to stay on the rower for the full minute because I'm not going to make any amazing gains on that box step up. So I have a better chance of pushing the row and getting an extra calorie or two than really getting 2 extra reps on the box. So that's what I did. I stayed here, I believe, for close to the full minute or just about. Once I saw the last calorie tick, that was close to the minute, I got off. But I believe I'm on here for the majority of this minute, just trying to get as many reps as I can. And then you can't count rollover. That's key too. You can't count rollover. So the second I saw it tick, put it down, you're done. That's what you got. So that's what I did. No rollovers. You see my legs? They're just dead. They are so dead. I have to step back and take an extra step each time. And I put down the dumbbells after just 2 reps. People are like, keep going. I'm like, I need a second. I don't want to stop, but did you see how hard it was for me to stand up? I needed to stop. My body was just like, if you don't stop, you may just fall off the box. And while that would have been funny to catch on video, in the moment, I was not willing to sacrifice myself to give you all a laugh. So trying to grind through these last couple reps and just get as many as I could. Figured it's a big field in quarterfinals of 25%. 1 rep is going to separate you from people. So I just kept on trying to get as many reps as I could, try to get through this workout, and got 1 last rep underneath the cap. So pretty happy with how it went overall. I didn't have the best day leading into it. Like I said, worked 8 hours, didn't have a chance to eat, and had to sit in traffic to get over to my old gym, but got it done. Proud of myself for getting it done. And I hope all of you get it done too, even if it's not super convenient. You'll be proud of yourself after, and you'll feel really dead, but proud. And that's the key, you know? We're going to do workout 2, 3, and 4 later this week, so stay tuned for that. But that is it for workout 1. This was so much harder than I thought it was going to be. All right, I am in my work van because I didn't have time to get my personal car, so I am in the work car. It is a bit of a beast compared to my car. It's very big. It kind of looks like a delivery truck. But anyway, aside from that, 125 reps on that workout. I was not prepared for that. I will have the voiceover that you just heard, so I will leave that for most of the tips. But forearms hurt, and get your heart rate up before. I'm sure I said that in the voiceover, which obviously I haven't recorded when I'm saying this. But get your heart rate up beforehand, spike that heart rate so you're prepared, and then just suffer. It's like Fight Gone Bad. That's what that workout is. It's a variation of Fight Gone Bad. This was workout 1. We've still got 2, 3, and 4. So if you are new here because you found this, subscribe. I do free CrossFit content all the time, not just during quarterfinals, not just during the open. So subscribe, join in on the fun. I appreciate you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one, which will probably be workout 2. I think I'm just going to do them in order. So expect workout 2. I think I'm not doing it until Friday, so I will try to get it out on Friday after I do it. All right, see you in the next one. Bye.